Alright, back again. We're in France. Just a little current note. Passed over into France today, just about 5 minutes ago. And anyway, what we were talking about earlier is our time with Misha. Again, if you're watching, hey Misha. And now after 3 days of hanging out at Misha's and recovering from the illness, I don't know if it was a virus or a bug or something. We headed out for Worms, where we made arrangements with not a WarmShowers, but couch surfer Oliver. If you're watching, what's up, Oliver? And Lily and Jimmy, right? The cats. So we headed out for Worms to not push us too hard on the first day. After recovery, we decided that we would take a train from Koblenz to Worms. And unfortunately, our experience on the train was not cool at all. Well, first off, it was expensive. So just getting to Koblenz for us two was 28 euro each. And then I thought I had bought a reservation for a bike when I bought the ticket, but on the train from Koblenz HBF to Mainz, we found that after putting our bikes on the racks and thinking that we're okay, we had to pay an additional 22 euro for the bikes to be on the train, and that was just for one train. It wasn't for all the trains, it was just for that one train from Koblenz to Mainz, and then we would eventually take the train from Mainz to Worms. Worms.
The guy was like, stay in Mainz.
Yeah, there was a guy, we gave him our card, so if he's watching, thank you for letting us know to stay in Mainz. However, we had to make it to Worms. We didn't have the finances to stay in Mainz. But he did repeat it multiple times. Worms is not cool. Stay in Mainz. Stay in Mainz. So we laughed about it a lot. So thank you for making us laugh. Yes. So anyway, we got off the train in Worms. Waited a little while. I couldn't get an internet connection in the train station at Worms, and it took Oliver a while to figure out where we were, and so
we put our bikes in the car.
we finally were able to get in touch with him, and we put our bikes in his car, and he took us to his house in Worms. Anyway, so we hung out with Oliver, couchsurfing.org. Watch out, there's a biker up here. And he was really awesome. He runs a very nice CD business that he runs personally. He owns the business, and he got started when he was paying for his college degree. He started selling his records and CDs and realized that it was a lucrative business, so he went ahead and started wholesale buying and stocking up on CDs of all kinds. Every CD known to man is what we said. However, we don't know that for a fact. But he has two very sweet cats who were not mean at all. And Fressy was like feed me, or so every time that he yelled or said Fressy, they would go and meow. They would be really sweet running, and we continued to just recover there didn't do any riding. He had a garage for us to store our bikes. And we just hung out with him for a few days. He fed us very well. And we ended up checking out the following day after arriving in Worms. He went ahead and took us downtown and told us to check out a few places. Martin Luther's cathedral, where Martin Luther did a majority of his studies and things like that, was in Worms. So we were excited to experience the history in Worms. Also, there was one of Europe's oldest Jewish cemeteries, which we were able and fortunate enough to experience, that wasn't destroyed as a result of bombings during World War II. So it still remained, and you could see how old and withered some of the tombstones were. So we checked that out, checked out City Hall, and we also learned of each village, or each old village, has its own folk tale or story. And Worms' story was about Siegfried, and I'll let Amy tell you the story.
Siegfried was a dragon slayer, and when he slayed the dragon, he bathed in the blood, which made him invincible. But when he was bathing in the blood, a leaf got stuck on his back, so one part didn't get covered with the blood. So that was his vulnerable spot. And he told his friend that. But didn't his friend kill him? His friend stabbed him in the back, literally.
His friend stabbed him in the back because he knew his vulnerable spot.
And then Siegfried's wife, the second story is Siegfried's wife is getting revenge.
On, I forgot the name of the evil man, but there were statues of dragons
everywhere. There were statues of dragons everywhere. We saw 2 weddings and a church. And then after we went to a carnival with Oliver, which was different from our Tallahassee carnivals because you didn't have to pay money to get inside. You just walked in and just paid for the rides as you wanted. And since Hayden gets really sick and queasy on rides at the circus and the carnival, we just did a fun house. And the fun house was kind of lame, a little ratchet, because there would be like a mattress that you were supposed to jump onto on the ground, and the funniest thing I think was the slide. There was a slide in there that was very fast, and Hayden almost busted his booty. But no, we had a really great time. We were able to drink beer at the carnival, and then we went home and hit the hay. And we left the next day for Speyer.